Okay, so here we go. Yes. All right. So again, welcome to everyone. You can hear me. I am assuming, yes, all good. Okay. This is, as Sylvia explained, this is our week to be doing the online training week. In other better circumstances, it would have been in face-to-face. But I think we're all used to doing online now. So unfortunately, we don't have the opportunity to host you presentially here. It's a beautiful day, as you can see. It would have been nice to have you here, but some other time. So I didn't move. Okay. We've already said welcome, so I'll just move on. What I want to do today is give you a quick tour and an overview of the activities that we're going to do, the schedule, just to make sure it's clear to everyone, because I know we're all coming, a lot of us are joining at different times. I want to make sure that everyone understands when we're holding the different live activities, online live activities, and also walk you through very quickly the online space, the Google Classroom. Okay, so here, get you that. Here you have the synchronous live online sessions. We've decided we'll always start at 12 noon CET time, and always in the same link, which is this one. So this one will be used over and over again. But if you've been in the Google Classroom already, you've already seen that that same link is always available under every day's daily activities, just in case, so you don't have to go looking for it. Trying to make it is the same link, but just trying to make it quickly available for you. So today we're already, as you can see, in the presentation, the second part, presentation of the week, and then we'll have the roundtable. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, I tried to explain this in the email, but I'll explain again. There are 3 groups. We did have to move a few people because some of the times that we had originally open overlapped with the live sessions. And then some of the other sessions were, the times we offered were just so very late, we couldn't find moderators to stay up past midnight for that. So we've put everyone in three different groups. Hopefully they're compatible with almost everyone's time. If not, apologies ahead of time, but maybe you can do some adaptations, at least come to one of the 2. We also, and I'll explain this in a minute, we do have alternative activities for people who can't take part in the synchronous activities. So on Tuesday, we will have a talk by Gabriela Prego. I think I mentioned in one of the first emails that she will be speaking in Spanish, but her slides will be in English. And then if there's something people don't understand, we can help you out with that. And on Wednesday, we have already someone here with us. Dr. Monaghan will be talking to us. It's very interesting. I'm excited about this because he's looking at linguistic landscapes amongst football fans, soccer fans. And I'm a huge Barca fan here, and I really like soccer, so I'm very excited about listening to this talk. And then on Thursday, we'll have a talk by Dr. Osman Solmas, who is one of the editors of the main reading that we've given you. We've asked you to go through that. And he will be doing a little bit, he's doing sort of an open mic session. So we're trying to elicit from you, as you go through the handbook, the guidebook, for you to come up with talking points that you would like him to address. So it's your chance to sort of talk with the author, sort of chat. It's not so much a formal talk as he's going to be trying to address individual interests and individual questions and doubts you might have. And then on Friday, we'll meet again for a wrap-up session. So that's the synchronous. And as we said, it will always start at 12 noon. Some of them are a bit longer than others. This one's a bit longer. The talks have been scheduled for 1 hour, 45 minutes, and then about 15 minutes of question and answer. So they are a little bit shorter, especially considering that we're asking you to come online twice on Tuesdays and on Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's the reason that we decided on Thursday, it's more asynchronous work. So looking at the asynchronous work, oh, sorry, I meant to highlight that. Do keep in mind that you need to check and see which group you're in. In fact, here are the names of the groups. I've already received an email from one person who's asked to be switched from a group. If you do need to be switched, please let me know before tomorrow. Hopefully not too many people have to change, because this does get a little bit messy if we've got lots of last minute changes. But if it's absolutely essential that you change, let me know. Okay. So each group will be meeting. I've sent out the email, sent out the links, and they're also available. The links are available in the Google Classroom. I'll show you again. I'll show you in a minute. And each will be moderated by someone different, but during the 2 days, it'd be the same person. Okay. Right, and we also do have some asynchronous activities. These are, when I'm saying asynchronous, I'm talking about people who are participating in the synchronous. This is also, there's additional work here, but the asynchronous, some of them overlap with things we're asking people to do that who can't attend the synchronous. I'll explain that again in a minute, but as I just said, we'd like you to begin looking at the reading, at the guidebook. We've given you loads of optional reading because we know you're coming from different fields, different areas of interest. Some of you are researchers, so you might have time and interest in reading more and also more research oriented. Some of you say, no, I just want something more practical. So there are some articles that are the more hands-on, more practical. We've tried to cover the interests of everyone, but we've only put one reading that we feel like is essential to complete this training week, and that is the guidebook. We would like you to begin brainstorming questions for the editor, as I said, and we will need to have those questions before Thursday because we need to get those questions to him so that he has time to think about them, so he can answer them in an informed manner. So that's why we're saying start thinking about it now. That's why we're giving you hints to start looking at the guidebook now, because you need to start thinking about that. And on Tuesday, we've said the same thing. You continue looking at the guidebook, continue thinking of questions. The idea is not to flood him with questions, and he may not be able to answer all of the questions that come in, but he will choose the ones, maybe combine some of them and address as many as he can. So that's the asynchronous. Of course, you still don't forget on Tuesday and Wednesday, you do have the group work meetings and a couple of talks. So even though it doesn't look like you're doing much, there's still a lot going on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday, we are not holding any synchronous group meetings, but we are asking you on an individual level to, I didn't put it here, but for you to sort of, as a group, finalize what you're doing in your group work on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is working on coming up with a game for the local app, and individually to post ideas for interdisciplinary linguistic landscape projects. This is the focus of this week. For those of you who are who have been in other training, your ideas will be very helpful, because we're trying to not cover always the same ground, but of course there's a lot of things that are going to overlap, but we're looking at expanding a little bit. How can we bring in other disciplines, for example, soccer or physical education might be the case here. And then on Friday, we will ask for feedback on the plans that you've made on the game designs, and also on general training week, apart from the wrap up. Okay, so those are the asynchronous activities. As I said, there are alternative activities, but we do really recommend, if you can, to participate as much as you can, because it's more enriching, we believe, and you're getting a chance to interact with people from around the world. If it's the situation that you cannot attend any of the synchronous, we've asked you to, as you'll see, view to view all the talks, and we've provided some Padlets for you to post comments or questions. We'll ask you to do the asynchronous that's for everyone. If someone who was in the synchronous and attended the talk wants to add or post comments or questions to the Padlet, you're more than welcome to, but these are the activities that we're asking people who are not able to be here during the time that's the synchronous activities to try to participate in a different way on your own time whenever you can. So we also, because the EU project asks us to keep track of who's participating in order to give certificates, and because it's training week, we've got a participation. You can see it will be available in all the daily links. There's one available now. It's very easy. You go in, you give your email address, your name, and the date, and submit, so that we can keep track of who is taking part in this. I'm also keeping track by looking at names of the chats and whatnot, but I've noticed that some of the people who have enrolled in the Google Classroom are names that are different from the names of people who have registered, so it's kind of harder for me to make a comparison. So this is another way of also helping us keep track. We'd ask you to please do this. It's again, it's available in the Google Classroom, and it will be available under each daily link. Okay, so thus far, are there any questions? Okay, let's see. Stop sharing for a minute. Do we have any questions? No? Okay, I'll keep going then. Right, what I'd like to do now is to have a look at the Google Class. Here's the link, but I think that if I go to it, you're probably not going to see this anymore. Are you seeing this now? Probably not.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't, here we go. Okay, you should see it now. Yes. Anyone not see this? You're seeing it. Okay, so when you go in, you will find under the stream, you find there's some forums. We've given you just some general information about pre-training week activities. I've seen a few people have done that. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I've tried to explain how to take part in the activities, but this is just more announcements, and it's not where the main work is going to be taking place. What we want to do is go to the tab that says classwork. In my original instructions, I wrote that it's at the top of the page, but that is for computer screens. I was told by other people, if you're connecting from a cell phone or from a tablet, it may not be at the top, it may be at the bottom. So it's depending on where you're connecting from as to how you'll see it, how the layout is. So you're seeing it from my screen, my laptop, I'm sorry, my cell phone, oh goodness, from my computer, sorry. And it's in this order. Not sure if it's going to be in the same order for you, but you can see we have some pre-training activities here. You have all the topics here. I'm not sure, I checked early this morning, not everyone had done the pre-training, but we'll have a look. We asked you to do an icebreaker. We'll look at that in a few minutes, but it's basically what we said, just become familiar with this platform. I mentioned in the instructions, and this was something that kind of drove me a little bit crazy. When you click on view the materials, it takes you to a different, it takes you to a completely different screen. I'm not going to do it here because I'm not sure that my screen share will follow it. And it was hard to get out of for me. So I would avoid clicking on view materials and just scroll up and down this way. To close it, just click back up on the label. But in the event that you do click on view materials, it makes it bigger. And the easiest way to get back out of it is to click the back button up here. Just so you know, as I said, this is a fairly new place for me, a new platform for me as well. So I learned from my own mistakes. We have the pre-training activities. Then we have lots of reading. I've put the schedule at a glance. It's the same thing that I've already explained to you earlier. When we're having the asynchronous and the synchronous activities, they're here. Here's the guidebook I was mentioning to you. Some people had problems downloading it from this place. So I've given you several links to where you can get it. Okay, so it's available as well. Here, there's some links for this same book, okay? And also the speakers have all given us some very nice ideas on optional reading. So you've got all of these optional readings that are all available here as well. Here's several different links to that same book. So hopefully one of these links will get you to the obligatory reading. But if you don't, if you still have problems downloading it or getting access to it, let me know, and I'll through the email, and I'll get it to you. Okay, so here you have all this optional reading. And here are again the groups I just showed you, but I said the final version is no longer the final version because I've already had requests for some changes. But this is the groups that you should be staying, that you should be you've been assigned to, and the links to these groups are here. But the link is also available in another place, and I'll show you in a minute. So here we are in day one. If you click on the activities, you can see that we've got an outline of everything we're doing. And mentioned again the passcode right here in case you forget. Here's the link. It will be available under all of the days. Here's the questions for the roundtable that I mentioned for those of you who cannot participate. And here's the link to today's participation, showing that you are here, et cetera, et cetera. And as I said, it's very easy. Just give your email, your name, and click submit. So day two, we have the same thing. You have the talk, we have group work. The group work, as you can see, is each group will have a folder. And if you go into this folder, which I'm not going to do now because I'm not sure that it will take us to that same place, but you'll also find the link for your group in the folder as well. Okay, so on day two, with your individual moderators, you will be working on a template for creating an app. And I know that some of you have already done this, so I'm going to ask you to also be sort of assistants to the moderators and help the people who are new to this, give them some ideas. Here's some points that you'll be discussing in your groups. And there's a template. It should be editable. So each group has the template in their folder, which you have down here, and you can start working on it. And here's the meeting Zoom link for Dr. Prego, who will be speaking tomorrow. And this is the same Padlet that will keep showing up for Dr. Solomaz to provide him questions for Thursday. So even though I'm repeating these links over and over, it's not that you're having to do a lot of extra work. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible so that you're saying, okay, today's the 23rd. I go here, I've got everything I need right here. So you can see that this is repeated again. Your group meetings are repeated again. So that you can kind of just go straight to the day you need. Now, I just clicked on the activity, opened it up, and as you can see, there's no way to get out of it. It made it bigger, so I'm going here to go back. I think that pretty much sums up everything that you need to know about the classwork. So I'm going to close this. Let me stop share for a minute. And are there any questions thus far? No, I'm checking. Nothing for now. It was clear. Okay, excellent. Let me close that out and I'm going to go back. So here we go. Okay, so you're seeing this again now. Okay, so we've done the tour. I think it's fairly simple. Hopefully, I understand that all platforms, when you create and edit a platform, you apparently, there's been some studies on this, you create and populate a platform according to your mental schema, and it doesn't always make sense to other people who have different types and different ways of organizing mentally. But I hope that it's fairly straightforward and that you can follow what you have to do. But again, feel free to post on the forum any questions you might have about how it works, or any materials that you're not finding. Okay, so I already said, are there any questions? And apparently not. And with that, we hope you enjoy this week, and we're looking forward to working and learning with you, because we always learn when we work with other people. So we're very excited about having this opportunity, and we're glad that you enrolled, and I hope you enjoy it. And that's it for me. Are there any questions? No? Perfect.
You were too clear, Melinda.
Good, good. So I'm going to stop recording very quickly.